Have you ever stared at a beige tower from the late 90s and wondered what keeps its display alive? Well, pull one of those heavy steel side panels off, and you might just find something like this little green circuit board, tucked quietly into an old PCI slot. Now, let us be clear right away. This is definitely not meant for pushing ultra settings in modern AAA titles or rendering 4K video timelines. Based around the classic ATI Rage XL graphics chip, this piece of hardware belongs firmly in the realm of legacy computing, retro restoration projects, and keeping vintage office machines ticking along. Holding the card in your hand, it feels surprisingly light, with that classic solder-spotted backside and a simple standard 15-pin VGA port sitting proudly on the bracket, ready to hook up to an old CRT or a legacy LCD monitor. Behind that modest build lies an 8MB frame buffer and a clock speed humming along at 125 MHz, which back in the day was plenty of muscle for basic two-dimensional desktop rendering and early three-dimensional experimentation. You get support for up to 16.7 million colors, and if you really push it, the thing can technically output a maximum resolution of 1600 by 1200 pixels. Realistically though, it shines brightest when running standard resolutions on older operating systems, where it handles window redraws and basic applications without breaking a sweat. But here is the catch that anyone digging through a box of spare parts needs to know. Modern operating systems like Windows 7 or Windows 8 have completely moved on, meaning official drivers from the manufacturer simply do not exist for newer platforms. You are either relying on basic generic display adapters or sticking to the vintage operating systems these parts were actually designed for. It is a niche little component, but for breathing life back into a broken retro gaming rig or a vintage diagnostic machine, finding a working card with this kind of simple plug-and-play PCI compatibility feels surprisingly satisfying.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.